Hello guys, today I'm gonna show you how I solve Sudoku, how I made, and how you can make as well. First of all, what is Sudoku? Sudoku is a simple game and you need fill the blank spaces here with numbers between 1 and 9. And the biggest problem here is you can't repeat the number in the row and the column. If you put number 1 here, is wrong because have another number 1, or if you put number 1 here because have another number 1 here. And you can imagine, okay, this is not too difficult game, but we have another rule and we can't repeat a number in the same square, like 3 by 3 squares, this big ass one here. So if you put number 1 here, is wrong as well because we have another number 1 here, and put number 2 here is wrong because have another number 2 here. Now with that in mind, we can imagine the algorithm. So what is the first thing you need to do? It's simple. So you need to verify the row and the column, and the last thing we need to do is verify the 3 by 3. So why we do this verification is because we're gonna put random numbers here, and if these numbers is repeated on the row or the column or the 3 by 3, we can't put this number and we go select another number. So yeah, it's quite simple, but let's go to the code. So I already made the code and it's quite simple. Yeah, so let's start with that. So you're gonna initialization a matrix with all cells with 0, and the second thing we're gonna do, so here we're gonna fill the cells are blank with a random number. But before we fill the cells in the matrix, we need to verify if the number is a repeated number in the matrix, in the column or in the row. After that, we're gonna verify if the number is repeated on the square 3 by 3. So to that, we're gonna do a simple thing. Here in the code, I did if and else, but we can improve this code because if you notice, here we have 0, 3, 6, and here we have 3, 6, and 9. All those numbers are a result of multiplication by 3, and we can see something interesting. So if you return to here, we can see how solve that problem by another side. So here we're gonna see how much times the numbers can be divided by 3. So here these 3 numbers are 0, and these 3 numbers are 1, and these 3 numbers are 2. So if you go into the code, we can see that verification can be changed. So if gets in this if is because the number is 0, 1, or 2. If getting in that if is because the number is 3, 4, or 5. So it's quite easy to replace that by another expression, like you can see here. So if the number is 1, the minimum gonna be 0. We can verify that by using the double slash in Python, for example. And if the number is 4, we can verify the result is 1. But if you go to the code, we're gonna see the minimum x is not 1, is 3. How I said, all these numbers is a result of multiplication by 3. So if you multiply 1 by 3, we're gonna get the result. The same to another one. If the number is 6, 7, or 8, the result is gonna be 2. And if you multiply by 3, you're gonna get the result, in this case is 6. And the maximum is just the minimum plus 3. It's quite simple. After this, we're gonna see all the cells in the square 3 by 3, and that function gonna return 0 or 1. After that, we can see if the number is different of 0. If it is, we're gonna put in matrix. But in the case the number is 0, we're gonna repeat the cycle. And here we have a counter, because if you try too much and can't have a number to that position, is because it's impossible to do. So what we're gonna do is delete some areas of matrix using that function. Here's the function. We're gonna do the same thing we did before, but that time we're gonna fill all that positions with 0 to reset that position. And after we did everything, we're gonna return to the main function. The I and j gonna be resetted because we need to return to the 0, 0 to fill all spaces blanks again in the matrix. So after all that things, we have a matrix completed. So let's go run the code. Here I compiled it, so now I'm gonna run the main. And it's so fast, yeah. And here we have a Sudoku table completed. So guys, if you like the video, please like the video and subscribe to that channel. My English is actually not too good, so if you have some question, please comment in this video. So see you next time. Bye.